Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. The Lakers haven't given up on signing double-double King center Walker Kessler. Manager Rob Pelinka is trying to lower the player's value and avoid including Austin Reeves in the deal. The Lakers' goal is to bring in Walker Kessler for a fair price and keep Reeves to form a super team. A starting five of Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Walker Kessler, Austin Reeves, and Marcus Smart would be daunting for any rival. The Utah Jazz's high asking price has prevented Los Angeles from closing the deal so far, but many believe Kessler would be an ideal complement to Doncic and LeBron James. His rim protection and lob shooting ability could balance the Lakers' offense and defense. The Los Angeles Lakers may have filled their hole at center with the signing of DeAndre Ayton this offseason, but that won't stop them from chasing another big man. A league source told Lakers Daily that the Lakers plan to make another push for Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler during the 2025-26 season. The Lakers have tried to trade for Kessler in each of the past 2 years. Their interest has not faded, even after Luka Doncic, who shares an agent with Ayton and Bill Duffy, helped recruit the former number 1 pick to Los Angeles. The Lakers will attempt to trade for Kessler again during the 2025-26 season, according to the report. Meanwhile, Tony Jones of The Athletic noted that Kessler and Utah will not agree to a rookie-scale extension, setting him up to hit restricted free agency next summer once the Jazz tender a qualifying offer. The 24-year-old is viewed as one of the league's best young defensive centers. Last season, he averaged 11.1 points, 12.2 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 0.6 steals and 2.4 blocks per game while shooting 66.3% from the field. He recorded 28 double-doubles across 58 appearances. For his career, he owns averages of 9.4 points, 9.2 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 0.5 steals and 2.4 blocks. Who is Anton Watson? LA Lakers' newest signing who played for New York Knicks. The Los Angeles Lakers are preparing for the NBA training camp. With the Los Angeles Lakers already completing the major signings of DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart, it's time for them to give chances to underrated prospects. The best way to do so is to hand Exhibit 10 deals to prospects ahead of the NBA training camp. Speaking of which, the Lakers recently announced the arrival of Anton Watson. But who is Anton Watson? Let's take a quick look at his NBA journey so far. Anton Watson's NBA career. As mentioned earlier, Watson recently signed an Exhibit 10 deal with the Purple and Gold. This will allow him to get a shot at impressing head coach J.J. Redick during training camp. Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero pick MJ, LeBron, KD for all-time NBA 2K teams. Watson stands at 6'8" and weighs 225 pounds. He plays the small forward position while shooting from his right hand. As for his NBA career, Watson has played in just 9 games for the New York Knicks, averaging 0.9 points, 0.3 rebounds, and 0.2 assists per game for the team during the 2024-25 NBA season. However, the soon-to-be 25-year-old wasn't drafted by the Knicks as the Boston Celtics picked him using the 54th overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft. So far, Watson has failed to impress NBA scouts, but he will be hoping to change that during his stint with the Lakers. Anton Watson's NCAA and G League stats. While Watson didn't get off to a flying start in the NBA, he had a stellar 5-year run with the Gonzaga Bulldogs in the NCAA. Overall, Watson averaged a respectable 9.6 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 2.0 assists per game in the NCAA while shooting 58.6% from the field. During the 2024-25 season, Watson also played in 21 games for the Maine Celtics in the G League. He averaged a solid 12.0 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game in the G League. The next task for Watson is to prove himself as a worthy role player in the NBA. J.J. Redick sees confidence and joy growing for Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura is in a contract year and is eligible for a contract extension with the Los Angeles Lakers. As LA evaluates its future with Luka Doncic, it feels like players like Hachimura on expiring deals are auditioning to stick around long-term. Ever since being acquired by the Lakers, Hachimura has steadily improved his game and is considered to be one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Hachimura also loves his mid-post touches and operating around the elbow, although his touches vanished a bit with LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Doncic all sharing ball-handling duties. However, it has not stopped him from continuing to work on his game, and J.J. Redick noticed the forward's joy and confidence growing through the offseason. "I would describe Rui as a joy to be around every day," Redick said at a recent press conference. "That joy is almost always there. What I've seen just in the last few weeks is just a higher level of confidence. And I think you still have to look at him as a young player in this league, and I think as your confidence grows, your joy grows, your production and output grows. So it's small nuanced things, but Rui is playing with a lot of confidence, he's carrying himself with a lot of confidence and has been and is just an absolute pleasure to coach." Hachimura will likely be in a training camp battle to maintain his starting spot with Marcus Smart's arrival. To his credit, the former number 9 pick turned himself into a high-percentage three-point shooter and could present a bigger body with the starters to help on the glass. However, Smart presents more defense, which is needed with James, Reeves, and Doncic presumably all starting. If Hachimura can hold his own defensively and average 5 or 6 rebounds, Redick may have a hard time moving him to the bench. This is a big season for many players looking to earn paydays next year, making it a delicate situation for Redick to handle. Hopefully, the Japanese forward can find ways to be productive, whether it be starting or coming off the bench, in Redick's system. Rob Pelinka not willing to discuss contract extension talks with Rui Hachimura. Actions speak louder than words, and the Lakers, by all accounts, have not made much effort to try to extend Rui Hachimura this summer. General Manager Rob Pelinka was asked about it, and he was not willing to discuss if any extension talks were had, which could signal they are ongoing. Was last season a flash in the pan for J.J. Redick? J.J. Redick was great in his first season as Lakers head coach. But can he replicate that success moving forward? Welcome to our Lakers season preview series. For the next several weeks, we'll be writing columns every weekday, breaking down the biggest questions we have about every player the Lakers added this offseason. Today, we wrap up with J.J. Redick. In the aggregate, J.J. Redick's rookie season as a head coach at any meaningful level, with all due respect to the youth leagues in Brooklyn, was a success. He navigated one of the wilder seasons in recent Lakers history, at least, all things considered, and led them to a 50-win season and home court advantage. But being a head coach at the professional level is a what have you done for me lately vocation, and the playoffs are where everything is revealed about a team. For the Lakers, that meant Redick looked most like a first-time head coach in the 5 games against the Wolves. For all the good that may have come in the first 82 games, it's those final 5 that left a sour taste in the mouths of fans heading into a long offseason. The finish to the season didn't deter the Lakers, though, as the team extended Redick in the offseason, showing a clear belief in what he was able to do last year. With a new superstar to build around, how does Redick capitalize on the success of last season heading into his second year? What is his best-case scenario? It turns out last year wasn't a fluke, and Redick is a genuinely good NBA head coach. Given time to both reflect on his first year in charge as well as prepare for a season that should have more stability, a low bar compared to last season, Redick not only continues down the path he was on, but shows signs of improvement as well. The team finds better ways to integrate the trio of Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves into actions together, leading to all 3 having more individual success. That includes actions involving just 2 of those players, like perhaps maybe more Luka-LeBron ball screen actions or mixing in Reeves with either player. Given a legitimate starting center and depth at the position, Redick relies much less on small ball, instead deploying it as a tactic to throw teams off rather than one he has to rely upon nightly. It becomes something he can go to when in need of a spark, which is likely the best use for it. His insistence on the team getting into championship shape also pays dividends as they're able to get out in transition more and don't wear down as much. And when Redick decides not to make a sub for an entire second half, the players on the court aren't gassed either, joking, "I hope." In total, it's a step forward for the Lakers and it becomes clear that they have a coach for the future in Redick. What is his worst-case scenario? Well, it turns out the playoffs were the beginning of a downward spiral for Redick. All coaches are stubborn by nature, it's just a matter of which parts they're willing to give ground on. For Redick, the parts he remains stubborn about only continue to hurt the Lakers. Who is Nate Williams? LA Lakers take a chance with former undrafted guard. The Los Angeles Lakers have made a key announcement ahead of the 2025 NBA Media Day. With the NBA training camp closer than ever, the Los Angeles Lakers have made some adjustments to their 15-man roster. The organization has decided to cut Eric Dixon and Tevian Jones in favor of Anton Watson and Nate Williams. Dixon was ready to dominate with the Lakers, but that dream would remain unfulfilled. Putting that aside, let's get to know who Williams is, the Lakers' newest signing, who signed an Exhibit 10 deal with the team. Nate Williams' NBA career. Nate Williams aka Jonathan Williams already has 3 years of NBA experience under his belt ahead of the 2025-26 season. It's a notable feat, since Williams went undrafted during the 2022 NBA draft and joined the Utah Jazz for training camp. He made his debut with the Portland Trail Blazers in 2023, but the stint lasted just 5 games. He then joined the Houston Rockets and spent 2 years with the franchise before getting waived. Overall, the 6'5", 205-pound shooting guard has played in 47 games in the league, averaging 3.9 points, 1.1 rebounds, and 0.6 assists per game while shooting a solid 51.7% from the field. With the Lakers only having one two-way slot open ahead of the 2025-26 season, Williams has a shot at clinching it during training camp. Nate Williams' NCAA and G League career. While the 26-year-old has barely had any NBA experience, he enjoyed a solid spell with the Buffalo Bulls in the NCAA. After all, Williams averaged 12.1 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.6 assists per game for the Bulls while shooting 46.7% from the field. While Williams was in and out of the NBA, he played in the G League as well. So far, Williams has a total of 49 G League games under his belt. During those appearances, Williams has averaged 15.7 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. He has also shot a respectable 50.7% from the floor. JJ Redick believes Luka Doncic is committed to maintaining body transformation. Following a disappointing first-round performance against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Los Angeles Lakers star Luka Doncic needed to head back to the drawing board. Not in terms of play, but his body and staying in shape through a long 82-game season. Last season, the Slovenian struggled with lower body injuries, specifically a calf issue, and did not appear to be conditioned upon his arrival in LA. To Doncic's credit, he played well enough to lead the Lakers to 50 wins and secure the 3rd seed. Now that he has completely transformed his physique, it feels like the sky is the limit. However, the 26-year-old needs to maintain his new body and not slip back into his old ways. But head coach JJ Redick believes his star is committed to his new lifestyle moving forward. "I get the sense from talking to him all summer or spending time with him, not only just here, but at the Backstreet Boys," Redick said. "This is his life, this is his routine, this is just a daily commitment to the new standard that he set for himself." His excitement level, not just in what he hopes the season will be, but his excitement level in embracing this new standard was very high. "Every time I've talked to him, when I saw him in Vegas, you see him play in Eurobasket and he's moving better, he's defending. All the things that you saw at the end of last year were the layoff from the calf injury, whatever emotions he was going through post-trade, it had an effect on him. So, again, it goes back to what I just said about LeBron. I expect the best version of Luka and it's my job as a coach to bring that out on a daily basis." This is the kind of commitment the Lakers would want out of their new face of the franchise. At the end of the day, it is about winning championships and Doncic wants to get back to the NBA Finals. If Eurobasket was an indication of what's to come, the Lakers may find themselves well off in an even more competitive Western Conference. Every team will need an advantage this season, and it does not get bigger than Doncic being in the best shape of his career. Lakers predicted to trade former promising first-rounder after lackluster summer league performance. The Los Angeles Lakers are looking for revenge after a disappointing end to last postseason in April. This season, the Lakers will feature the trio of Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. While the plan is to build around Doncic for the future, he is focused on winning right now. Doncic being just 26 gives the Lakers a far longer timeline to build a championship-contending team, but that doesn't mean they can slow down and take their time. Doncic told Lakers president Rob Pelinka and coach J.J. Redick in May that he's not interested in taking the slow approach in building a contender, CBS Sports' Jasmine Wimbish wrote. With the season approaching, one trade candidate's name is already being discussed. Dalton Knecht was almost banished to Charlotte midway through the 2024-25 NBA season for the Los Angeles Lakers. The second-year scorer may be able to avoid a fate so heinous this season, but it is tough to imagine him avoiding a trade altogether once Rob Pelinka gets going in 2025-26. Knecht had a brutal summer league with the Lakers. The 24-year-old averaged 10.3 points per game with horrendous shooting numbers, knocking down a woeful 27.9% from the field and 23.8% from beyond the arc. During the offseason, which could explain his poor summer league performance. The guy did too much after the season. And I think in summer league, he was burned out. He was coming in here at 5 a.m., getting shots up, then doing 2 workouts with our summer league staff and in the weight room. Knecht was once a bright spot on the Lakers roster but has since fallen into a slump he has yet to recover from. Transitioning from an important bench piece to barely getting any minutes must have been a tough psychological adjustment. If Knecht does get traded, it could be a fresh start for him. He still has training camp to prove he belongs, but it may be time for both parties to move on.